Right now, you can steal a deal in Florida's sinking housing market. Prices are dropping, opportunities are popping, and savvy buyers are starting to make moves. But here's the thing, navigating a market like this isn't about luck, it's about strategy. If you know where to look and what to look for, you can turn this downturn into your biggest win yet. Florida is still one of the most desirable places to live, so this dip is temporary. The smart money knows it's the perfect time to pounce. So stick with me. I'm going to show you how to spot the deals, avoid the traps, and come out on top. Let's dive in. Everybody's always waiting for the next big housing crash like 2008, thinking they're going to snag a house at a huge discount when it hits. What they don't realize is that's what's happening right now in Florida. It's the crash they've been waiting for, but with a twist. See, this isn't just any market. This is real estate in paradise. It's not going to crash like back in 2008, but it is correcting big time. And that's what makes it such a massive opportunity. The market's cooling off and buyers finally have the upper hand. In November 2024, the number of homes sold dropped to 7.8%, and the number of homes for sale shot up to 22.5%. That's a ton of inventory. The median days that homes are sitting on the market jumped to 69 days, 23 days longer than last year. When houses sit like that, sellers start panicking. They're watching the news, hearing all the doom and gloom about the Florida housing market and thinking, I gotta get out now before it gets worse. That's where you come in. With sellers desperate to make a deal, now's your chance to negotiate and snag a house at a discount. And yes, insurance costs are a major issue right now, and that's got a lot of people hesitating. But let me tell you, Florida is the kind of place people dream about living in. The sunshine, the beaches, the lifestyle. And once this insurance situation gets straightened out, and it will, the floodgates of buyers are going to open back up. When that happens, you'll see multiple offers on homes and prices skyrocket again. Buying now means you can avoid all that crap and lock in a great deal while the market's quiet. Remember what Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy and only be greedy when others are fearful. And while everybody's hesitating, smart buyers and investors are pouncing. Big investors are already swooping in. They're buying hurricane-damaged waterfront properties at a discount, knowing full well those prices will shoot back up in a few years. Why? Because Florida is a place people want to be. During the pandemic, everyone rushed here when other states were locked down, and that caused prices to skyrocket. Now prices are finally coming back down to normal, and in some cases, way below. This isn't a crash, it's a correction, and it's opening up opportunities for everyday buyers. If you're looking to live here long term, this is your chance to grab a home at a discount. Here's what local St. Pete resident Dirk Jackson 8939 commented in one of my recent videos. I agree. If people are planning to move to this area, they should do it in the next couple of years. There are still cute fixer-uppers for decent prices. Prices will probably drop in the short term due to insurance issues. In the long term, the people who wait will definitely be priced out of the market. It's not just a good time to buy, it's an incredible time to buy. Think about it. More homes to choose from, less competition, and sellers willing to negotiate. That's a recipe for getting an amazing deal in paradise. If you're looking to move here from out of state, don't jump straight into buying a house. I know it's tempting to dive right in, but trust me, renting first is the smart move. Florida is huge and every area is different. You got beach towns, golf communities, rural spots, and big cities. Renting gives you the freedom to explore and figure out where you actually want to live. Plus, it's way less stressful than buying a house right off the bat and realizing you bought in a beach town that likes to party and you don't like it. We moved from Michigan 2 years ago and moved to a luxury apartment in downtown St. Pete. We had no idea where we wanted to live, so renting for a year gave us that time to explore the neighborhoods with our realtor and find a spot that checked all the boxes. And we actually found the perfect neighborhood called Central Oak Park in St. Petersburg, Florida. So take some time to soak it all in, check out the traffic, the vibe, the weather, and even the neighbors. Florida has a little something for everyone, but not every area is gonna feel like home. By renting first, you get to try before you buy. You can make sure you love the neighborhood, the lifestyle, and even the proximity to things you care about, like the beach, restaurants, or family. When you're finally ready to buy, buy, get a solid realtor who knows what they're doing. Someone who's out there closing deals, not learning the ropes, so no newbies. Ask your realtor to set you up on a 30 days on market search. That means you get notified when a house has been listed for 30 days and hasn't sold. Why? Think about it. When you see a house that's been sitting for 30 days, what's the first thing you think? What's wrong with it, right? Sellers know this too, and when their house sits for that long, they start to panic. They're terrified buyers will lose interest entirely because everyone assumes the house has problems. Now consider this. The average days on market last month was 70 days. That means houses are sitting, and that's your golden opportunity. Homes that have been on the market for 30 plus days typically aren't seeing any interest from buyers at this point, which means less competition for you. When sellers realize their house isn't moving, they're much more likely to entertain below asking offers or get flexible on terms. They just want it sold. This gives you the upper hand to negotiate a better deal. And that's your chance to swoop in and make an offer below asking. No bidding wars, no crazy competition, just a chance to score a better deal. And before you even think about signing on the dotted line, make sure you've done your homework on the full cost of owning that home. And I'm not just talking about the purchase price. One of the biggest things people overlook is property taxes. Here's the deal. When you look at property taxes listed on Zillow or the MLS, that's just a snapshot of what the current owner is paying. It's not what you'll pay. Once you buy, those taxes get reassessed and uncapped, meaning your property taxes are going to go up and they could double or even triple in some cases. This isn't unique to Florida. It happens all over the country, but it can be a big shock if you're not prepared. This is why you absolutely need an experienced realtor in your corner. A good realtor will guide you through the ins and outs of property taxes and even help you calculate what you'll pay after the reassessment. For example, Pinellas County has a website that makes it super easy to estimate future property taxes. If your realtor can't walk you through this process or doesn't even bring it up, it's time to find a new realtor. This stuff matters, guys, and you need someone who's got your back. Now, add in today's higher interest rates, and it's even more critical to make sure you can afford the total monthly payment, mortgage, taxes, insurance, and everything else that goes along with it. Stretching your budget too thin is a recipe for disaster. Run the numbers carefully, and if the house doesn't work financially, it's okay to walk away. There's no shortage of homes in Florida, and the right one's gonna come along. You don't wanna end up house poor where your mortgage payment takes up so much of your budget that there's nothing left for anything else. Now, I told you, we rented when we first moved here, and I'm so glad we did. It gave us time to see how different areas handled storms and flooding. For example, we saw sections of St. Pete, like Shore Acres, go underwater a few times. That's when we decided no way we were living in a flood zone. And let me tell you, it was the best decision we ever made. We've been through 2 major hurricanes now, and while others were unfortunately dealing with flooding and damage, we didn't have any issues. Avoiding flood zones isn't just about peace of mind, it's also about your wallet. Living in a flood zone means sky-high insurance premiums that can seriously blow up your budget. And it's not just the cost of insurance. If flooding happens, you're looking at expensive repairs, potential loss of property, and the headache of dealing with insurance claims. Why put yourself through that if you don't have to? Evacuation zones are another thing to avoid if you can help it. When storms roll in, these areas are the first to get evacuation orders. That means packing up your life, sitting in endless traffic, and worrying about what you're gonna come back to. By staying out of these zones, you skip all that chaos and keep life a little more stable, even during hurricane season. When house hunting, look for homes that sit on higher ground or in areas known to stay dry. Your realtor should be able to help you identify these spots. Trust me, avoiding flood and evacuation zones is one of the smartest moves we made when we bought in Florida. And it's a decision that'll save you stress, money, and sleepless nights. When you're shopping for a house, it's not just about finding something you like. It's about finding features that can save you a ton of money and hassle down the road. These extras can feel like hitting the jackpot because the previous homeowners have already footed the bill for them. And trust me, they don't come cheap. If you find a house with these bonuses, it's a huge win. First off, a newer roof with hurricane clips is a game changer. Roofs are expensive to replace, so finding one that's already been updated not only saves you money, but can also lower your your insurance premiums. Insurance companies love seeing hurricane clips because they make the roof more secure during storms. That's extra peace of mind for you and less risk for them. Next up, look for a block home instead of a wood frame. Block homes are much sturdier and handle hurricanes way better. Add hurricane impact windows to the mix and you're golden. These windows might cost a fortune to install, but if they're already there, you scored big. They not only protect your home during storms, but also save on insurance costs. An elevated home or one on a crawl space is also another bonus. Homes built on a slab that sit at or below street level can flood if the street does, and that's a nightmare you don't want to deal with. An elevated home reduces that risk and might even lower your insurance premiums. And here's another bonus, a house with a well for a sprinkler system. Florida's heat will kill a grass lawn if you're not watering regularly, and using city water for irrigation will run up your water bill fast. A well keeps your grass green without draining your wallet. These features shouldn't be deal breakers, but finding them in a house is like getting a huge head start. They make your home safer, save you money, and let you focus on enjoying your new Florida life. Let's talk about interest rates because they're a huge deal when you're buying a house. Here's the number one rule. Buy based on today's rates, not on what you hope they're going to be in the future. I can't say this enough. Don't gamble your future on the idea that interest rates are going to go down. They might not, and if that happens, you could end up with monthly payments that stretch you way too thin. Here's an example to make this crystal clear. Say you're buying a house for $800,000 with 20% down. At a 6.5% interest rate, your monthly payment, principal and interest, would be about $4,045. That's a big chunk of change, but if you budgeted for it and can afford it, you're good to go. Now let's say rates drop to 4% down the road. If you refinance, your payment could drop to around $3,055, saving you $990 a month. That's like hitting the jackpot, right? But here's the thing. Those savings are a bonus, not something you should count on when you're making your purchase. Don't let a realtor convince you to stretch your budget with promises that rates are going to drop and you can refinance next year. Stick to what you can comfortably afford with today's rates, and anything extra down the line is just gravy. Remember, the goal is to enjoy your new home in paradise, not stress over how you're going to pay for it. When you plan within your means, you're setting yourself up for financial peace of mind. And if rates do drop in the future, that's like winning the lottery. So buy smart, stay realistic, and make sure your budget works for you right now. Here's the thing, if you're waiting for the news to tell you it's the right time to buy in Florida, you're already too late. The media is never ahead of the trend. They just report what's already happened. By the time they're saying markets are hot again, all the great deals are going to be gone, and you'll be back to fighting over homes with everyone else. This is the time to think like an investor. The best opportunities come when everybody's sitting on the sidelines, scared to make a move. Right now, Florida's housing market is offering discounts and deals you're not going to see again once the frenzy picks back up. So don't wait for someone else to give you permission. The deals are here, you just have to grab them. And if you're serious about buying a house in Florida, click here to find out why the state of Florida is talking about banning this on all houses. I'm all for improving the safety of Florida homes, but I don't know how anyone's going to be able to afford to pay for this. Click here and I'll see you there.